A young woman told her elderly driver to start the car, but before he could, the old man gently stopped her and said, "Ma'am, could I speak to you for a moment?" Curious, the girl turned back. The old driver pulled out his phone, his hands a bit shaky, and said, "Ma'am, my phone connects everywhere. Every time I dial a number, it goes through. But there's one number that never connects. My son's. The only time it rings is around the first of the month when I receive my salary. For 2 or 3 days, I get to talk to him. And then, nothing. The rest of the month, silence." The girl looked puzzled. If it was a network issue, it would be consistent. But only on those specific days it works? That doesn't add up. She asked to see the phone. As she took it, she noticed the wallpaper, a photo of a well-dressed young man. She asked gently, "Is this your son?" The old man nodded. "Yes, ma'am. Do you know him?" The girl paused, then replied, "No, I don't. But he looks very wealthy. And you're just a humble driver. I don't quite understand." The old man smiled faintly. "I worked very hard, ma'am. I never let him feel that his father was just a driver. I sold everything, every inch of our land back in the village, to educate him. I gave him everything so he could start a business. And today, he's made it." The girl said, "All right, let me check what's wrong with your phone." She dialed the son's number from the driver's phone, but it came back as busy. Then she tried calling the same number from her own phone, and it rang, full and clear. That was the moment everything clicked. The girl realized the shocking truth. The driver's own son had blocked his father's number. Hiding her pain, she gently smiled and said, "Uncle, I think your phone's a bit glitchy. Let me get it fixed for you today." She took the phone with her and went straight to the office of the driver's son, because she happened to be one of his biggest clients. When she reached his office, she sat across from the young man and casually asked, "Nikhil, do you know someone named Vinod Verma?" The moment he heard the name, his face turned pale. He hesitated, then lied. "No, I don't know anyone by that name." The girl looked straight into his eyes and said, "Vinod Verma is my driver, a kind, aging man who should be resting at his age but is still working hard. Do you know why? Because he sold all his land back in the village to give his son, you, a future. He never let you feel ashamed of his job. He gave you everything. And what did you give him in return?" She paused, her voice turning cold. "You block his number every month, and when his salary comes in, you unblock him, so you can ask for money. Once that's done, you block him again. And that poor man, he thinks there's some network issue. He waits the entire month just to hear his son's voice for a few minutes." She continued, "You've become rich, Nikhil, but in the process, you've turned into the poorest kind of man, one who forgets his roots, his sacrifices, his father's love. I've never seen such greed in all my life." The weight of her words sank in. Nikhil finally realized the depth of his father's sacrifices and the cruelty of his own actions. He rushed to meet his father, and with tears in his eyes, he fell at his feet and said just one word, "Forgive me."